Alright, now another thing they said that needed to be done beforehand, and this is old school stuff. We used to do this way all the time, but nowadays all the master cylinders that I sell,
It's my birthday.
The bench pleating is a little bit different. They actually take the lines that go on there instead of taking and dumping them back in like this, which I think always works much better. Most of the master cylinders I sell nowadays, they have plugs that plug off here. You fill it full of fluid and you slowly depress the master cylinder inward, and the bubbles that are inside the cylinder itself come out of the top. But this is the way that I like doing it right here. I'm glad they put this kit in with it. So I'm using DOT 4 fluid in this thing. This is pretty simple to do, and with the clear lines, you can really see the air, and you can see when it all gets out. So we'll fill this thing, pretty full, about 3/4 of the way up. And then just get anything to plunge it with. So you're pushing the air out. When you release it, it sucks the fluid back in cleanly. Pushes some air out, fluid inward. Eventually it'll just, you push it back and forth, and there won't be any air either way. So I'll continue that until I get it all clear. The old master cylinder, when I took it off, this thing isn't that old, but it had been leaking down the back of the master cylinder onto the firewall on the inside. Really didn't pay any attention to it, but it had been leaking for a little while. It ate the paint up. So, and then right now, over here on this end, I've got everything bolted tight. I hooked the connector on the inside there where I hooked this connector right here, and this was a problem on the new rod where it hits the brake switch. I had to take the new rod and grind just a little bit of that off because it was continually pushing on the switch, causing it to stay on, the brake light stay on. So I just modified that a little bit, and it worked out perfect. So that seems like so far that's the only problem that I've had with this thing doing this. Everything else is really simple. Got everything all tightened up. I was messing with the air conditioner line on this thing as I was trying to kind of bend it a little bit out of place. It cracked, leaked out on my 134. So I'm going to have to address that. Well, I'll be able to take it and change this end right here. This is where it cracked as I was trying to bend that direction a little bit, just trying to modify the hair. And I'll just get a 90 degree, to get it out of the way of this. Get out of the way of this mess right here. So everything's all tightened up on it. The master cylinder bled out perfectly. Not any air in the thing at all right now. And I like to keep in the past I've always kept the lines, the bleeder lines on it, and I try to just finagle it in here the best I can without spilling anything. And I had the lines really bent nicely so they fit right in there. I'll probably have to kind of, I don't know, I might loosen them back up down here on the base of this, just to so I can slide this proportion valve bracket onto the master cylinder, stud. So what I'll do is I don't think I ever tightened these up. I'll loosen this bracket off here. Let's see if I can, just get this. This will be a little better. Let me just remove these two. Well, that that really concludes putting on that booster in the master cylinder. I'm going to be bleeding the whole system when I'm done putting the front discs on. So look for that on the disc brake conversion little video that I've got going here in just a little bit. So it was pretty easy conversion. So just look out for that pedal rod adjustment. You got to make sure that's right, and then go for it.